Recording now.
Okay. Let's call this meeting to order. Let's begin with attendance. So we have Steve, myself, James, and remind me, what did you say your name was?
Oh, Micah, I'm just kind of here.
Micah, just kind of here.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Let's see.
Okay. And meeting minutes. Any corrections to make to last week's meeting minutes?
Nope.
All right, and let's take a second to review action items, make sure that there's nothing on the list that is outdated. I won't read through it, but everybody just take a second and look at the list and, welcome Lawrence, this is being recorded.
Let's see here.
I just want to make sure that you got that and that your audio was connected when I said that. Can you give me an acknowledgement, whether it be in the chat or the audio?
Sorry, what was the request?
Was that, all right, do you hear us, Lawrence?
Yeah, I hear you guys now.
Okay, just so you know, the recording has started.
Okay.
All right, so any corrections to make to the action items?
No.
Lawrence, I see under your action items an old item. I don't know if this is still relevant. It says contact Intertrend for sponsorship or collaboration. Is that still an objective?
Yes, there's still an objective. There's still an objective. I am now working on just speaking to them now. So
Okay.
yeah, I had a tight week. So yeah.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, no rush. Just wanted to make sure that this wasn't an outdated item.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay. Everything looks good to me. Let's move on to the next item. Moving on to standing topics, nonprofit administration. Steve.
Let's see. Standing topics. What have I taken care of this week? We have. So we will be going over responses at some point with the proposed mission statement concepts, and I have yet to, but I will put that through an LLM to give us some choices to choose from, or some inspiration to start with as a mission statement. And other than that, administration seems all well kept.
Copy that. No changes from the account balances?
Not likely. I'll go double check that real quick. Let's see. Correct. No changes to the checking. Oh, come on. Okay. And no changes to the savings.
Okay, so I will also take that as an indication that the fee that was supposed to be removed is still showing in the balance.
Let me double check that. Savings, checking. Yep, fee has been reversed actually. So we now have in our checking $2,152.74.
Okay, so $20 fee was reversed.
Yeah.
Groovy. All right. Shall we talk about Hack Night this week? The raid that we did at the trivia night at District.
Four.
What was it?
It was
What's the
District
name of
4.
the place?
Yeah, District 4 Pizza. So yeah.
District 4.
Yeah.
Isn't District 9 the movie?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
But yeah, so I thought it was a good time. We did a very nice raid. I learned a little bit about Geeks Who Drink. Apparently, it's a pretty simple gig to get going if you're just looking for some kind of a gig. Yeah, you signed. She had signed up with Geeks Who Drink and basically got like a tiny bit of training on how to host it, and gets I think she said it was like $45 a night to do it.
$45 to wait. Where does it start and where does it end? The $45.
Like for hosting a night of Geeks Who Drink. It's like a nationwide company.
Yeah. But wait, who gets the $45?
The host, the girl who was
The
hosting.
host does. So they give her $45 for hosting it.
Mm-hmm. And we get a
Nice.
discount for winning. Half our table got like a $35 discount, or not 35% discount, and the other half, there was the other team that got second place got 15% discount. And there was like only one other team competing with us the whole night. And they gave up pretty fast.
Yeah, I would also like it to be noted on record that although James and I arrived one round late, we were tied with you guys all the way up to the end.
Yes, that's
You
true.
guys really kicked our butts on the tiebreaker round.
Indeed.
I will have more to say about the format of the trivia night, but I'll wait until the trivia night agenda item to talk about that.
Sounds good.
The two people who were there that I didn't recognize, were they attendees of the trivia night or were they Hack Night attendees that I haven't met?
If they were at our table, they were all uncoded Hack Night people.
Oh, okay. Are they old timers or newcomers?
Kind of new. The one girl, she'd been going to 2 other Hack Nights so far. Starting to become a new regular. And I think the guy that was at my table might have been new. I'm kind of drawing a blank.
Okay, cool. Anything else to report on Hack Night?
No, I mean it was a great success. Doing a raid. I think if anything, we want to consider moving forward. Like, do we want to make a regular raid event, or maybe even a regular Geeks Who Drink trivia night event at District 4 Pizza? It was mentioned that the food was preferred at Kennedy's. I can
I
understand
think
that.
I was the only one who mentioned that. So don't go based on my opinion.
All right, well, whatever opinions get put out, those are the ones that get put out. So it's like, but I guess one thing to consider is it is definitely not just pizza that's on their menu. I had their meatballs, and they were pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And they are still perfecting their menu, so it'd be interesting to like kind of follow up with them, see how things develop. I actually have some words for the chef, not criticism, but just like suggestions I wanted to run by him and wonder like, hey, what do you think of this?
Pathways to success.
Right. and he's a fan of us, and he's been like coming to our table regularly, going like, "Why haven't you guys taken over the world yet?" And like I just realized he's like a part owner and the cook at both locations.
Oh, two locations. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's a developing chain.
Oh, actually, no. When I say both locations, the other location is Kennedy's. So like,
Oh,
there's
okay.
complete overlap of the staff and ownership between District Four and Kennedy's.
Ah, I see. Didn't know that.
Yeah. But
Yeah, well, I think maybe this is a good time to talk about the what we sort of started talking about at the trivia night, which is keeping putting out ideas for new venues or for expanding Hack Night, because right now we're getting a bit cramped at that corner table at Kennedy's,
right.
um, and either we can try to take over that room in the front or move to a new venue. Is there
Yeah. So I think
any
it'll.
ideas anyone wants to throw out regarding that?
Yeah, I think it'll. We'll have a few options moving forward. Um, but we are getting limited because like our size is increasing to being too much for our cubby hole in the back. I'm thinking our options, given what I know so far to be dependable, is we start doing District Four pizza and make it kind of optional because there's plenty of space for people to be engaged in the trivia night, and we like try to move over to the other side of the room as a main setting, or we can stay at Kennedy's and see what it would take to even reserve that small cubby hole room in the front. Because if we start reserving it and maybe even putting some money down so they don't feel like they're taking any kind of risk with us, then that would I think that would function. The only thing is like the noise bounces off the walls a lot harder than it does in the small cubby hole in the back.
Yeah, but the disadvantage of the cubby hole is that the conversation kind of begins to be a full mesh. Like
Yeah.
it's just a lot of intersecting lines of conversation that could be hard to maintain.
Yeah.
James, you were gonna say something?
Yeah, I think we should make the move to District 4 Pizza, but we should do it in a timely manner. And I think maybe we make the move at the beginning of October, so that way we can let the people that show up know that, hey, in October we're going to be at District 4 Pizza from here on out.
Another thing would be we can switch the night. We could switch it from being Tuesdays to say Wednesdays, and District Four Pizza should be open for us to just completely take over on a Wednesday night, with no trivia night. Crossover.
But Tech Tuesday has a nice ring to it. Although, switching a day, I mean, what will I do on my Tuesday nights?
Yeah,
Tuesday
also,
nights
I don't
seem
think-
to be
Have any of us ever called it Tech Tuesday?
No.
We just call it Hack
No.
Night.
no.
Yeah, I'm unsure. I can kind of see pros and cons of both. Particularly if it's at District 4. Obviously, if it's at Kennedy's and if we just get that small room in the front, then I think we should just stay on Tuesday.
Right.
If we go to District 4 on Tuesday, I'm not sure how well that will work. If it's going to compete too much with the trivia night, or if they're going to sort of interfere with each other. And then I'm not sure about moving it to Wednesday. I don't know. To me, Wednesday, just like, I don't know, Tuesday is, of the weeknights, is kind of one of the strongest nights for socializing. It's just like the night that all the open mics are, the meetups. which is both a pro and a con, right? Because that means we're competing with all of those because all the other tech meetups that we see are often on Tuesdays, so that's why we kind of have to do these raids. And the raids are kind of confusing because it means that we have to put it out there and communicate to everybody that we are not going to be at Kennedy's, we're going to this other place. And there's always a risk that somebody's going to show up, or a group of people may still show up at Kennedy's and just wonder where everybody is, right?
Yeah.
Or wonder why it's such a light night.
Well, I do update the meetup, and I always post those kinds of changes to the element and to Discord. But you're right, there can be people who
Yeah.
maybe are knowing of us, or maybe they learn about us on a flyer, and then they show up.
Yeah, right. And that's probably the worst, right? Because those are the people who don't know anything, right? They're showing up for the first time, and
Right.
they get there and nobody's there, right? They might just think, oh, this must have been an outdated meetup, and it's just a zombie meetup. But yeah, so there are pros and cons to moving it to a different day or moving it to District 4. I think of those two options, my favorite is probably to just take over the small room in Kennedy's, but yeah, I'm open to both.
Yeah. Oh, then either way, I'll start with inquiring about what it would take to actually reserve the small room at Kennedy's weekly, and see what the manager slash owners think of how we could arrange something moving forward.
Yeah. I'm also, as I've mentioned before, the academic year is about to start, and I'm hoping that will bring in a significant increase in attendance. And in that case, it might be pretty easy for us to just say, like, can you just put us over there now? Because we're gonna mess up all your shit if we're in this corner.
Yeah, there's that.
And then, of course, the third option would be just to find an all new venue, of which I think none of us have any ideas right now, but that's one thing to consider.
Yeah, that always just takes people going out and adventuring to find a new place.
Yeah.
So anybody finds something new, wants to suggest it, by all means, I'm all ears, and I'll do my own reconnaissance.
The only thing I would suggest limiting the venues there is just keep it all ages, especially if we're looking at bringing in undergrad CS students. All the underclassmen won't be able to get into a 21 plus establishment.
Right.
Any other thoughts on Hack Night?
Yeah, I think we're pretty good.
Same.
All right, let's move on to old business, beginning with business cards and stickers. Steve, would you like to update us?
Okay. Oh, shnikes. Okay, so I have had an insane week at work where I've been losing sleep each day and have not been able to get around to this, but I do have the email. I have to print out a form and sign it and then scan it back for Art's sister to charge me. But I will put that payment through.
All right.
Oh, yeah, as far as the poll, like I'll make the purchase regardless. But let's see, how's that poll looking? Where do we put it?
Yeah, I'm not seeing it on mine. Oh, it's under uncoded officers.
Ah, yes.
And it looks like nobody has voted except for
The
the three of us.
Okay.
Oh, hey, Lawrence, you're here.
Yeah.
Lawrence, we have a poll for reimbursing Steve for the cost of the print job that he paid for. The amount is $203.13. Do you vote yay or nay on this reimbursement?
I'm here. So why the poll, if I can ask that?
So it's really
Steve?
important with nonprofits, 501c3s, and all that. The board should be approving unanimously any kind of passage of money from the coffers to any of the officers or board members, right? So that's very much like a big picture legal thing, and so we, instead of trying to take the vote all at once, we made the poll something that any of the officers can come and look at and vote for themselves when they have time.
Okay. And were we all privy to like where the expenditure, or it was just take this and get it done? And
Yeah,
we'll, be
I'm
happy.
being that I'm the treasurer, I can easily go into the bank and just forward myself the money.
Gotcha. No. In terms of,
Do you have like an invoice or a proposal or something, Steve?
Invoice? I mean,
Or or a quote?
yeah, that's
yeah, that's what I'm
Awesome.
talking about. Yeah.
okay. One moment.
Because I was going to say, there's a really great place called Surf Speedy.
Let's see here.
I might have broken up, but I said there's a really great place called Surf Speedy,
Right.
and
Search Speedy.
SIR space Speedy.
Oh, Sir.
Yes.
Sir Speedy.
Uh-huh. And they do, like, they're pretty quick, and I've made some like input models where I've just had to like just get a large format print and pretty much, have that printed out like high quality and stuff. So the pricing is pretty relative too. And then for some other things, I go to another place called Smart Levels Media, and they're just out of Anaheim. So for like things like flyers and things of that nature, Smart Levels is really good with that stuff. And if you go like smartlevelsmedia.com, but Sir Speedy, like large format, litho, like, just all that stuff that you want to do, like with a quote unquote professional printer, they're really, really good with that. So I don't know in terms of pricing. That's why I was asking, like, did we debate pricing?
I think in
places?
Steve's case, you have you get kind of hooked up, right? Through, I don't remember if you said Art's sister or Art's.
Yeah, his
Girlfriend.
sister works
His
for
sister.
such a company. Get back here! What the hell? Okay. My mouse decided to disappear. I can see it. There we go.
I know I threw a grenade. Can I say real fast? I know I threw a grenade into the room, but I vote. Yeah, he should be reimbursed. My only argument is in terms of quote and like, hey, somebody might have a better place. It's just more open source kind
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always good to compare rates.
Right.
So how does one? Does Notion not allow us to put a document onto it?
You should be able to.
So I'm trying to put the PDF of the quote on there, but I'm not sure how do I do that.
You might have to create a document and put the table in the document and then put the document under the table. Let me see if, like, you have an untitled one here. Let me see if I can add that.
Yeah, that's the one I'm playing
Yeah.
with right now.
So I just added the table to your untitled document. And then I think you should be, maybe not. No, that's it. Okay. Well, now it's just a table view.
Yeah. Okay. Time for a quick
All right,
Google
hold on.
search.
I'm doing, yeah. So hold on. I'm going to put a document and I'm going to put some stuff in it. And I'm going to put the table in between that stuff and let's see what happens. Now so we want tabular view, not table. Is that right? Table view, not tabular view. So that will, okay. Weirdly, it seems like once you put the table, if it's the only thing in the page, then you can't put anything under it. But if you have other stuff in the page and then put the table, you can put other stuff, still put other stuff.
Okay.
So you have, under uncoded officers, I don't know if you can see this or if I have to share it with you, but there's a page now called test. You can rename all the stuff and delete my text, but I put the table view in that. Wait, that's just an empty table view. Nah, come on. Oh, here we go. No, I got it working. Yeah, but I don't know how to delete the table that I already put in. Oh no, now I just renamed the table. Okay, so that seems kind of buggy, and maybe this needs like a feature request because it seems that once a table goes into the page, it cannot come out. And if it's the only thing in the page, you can't add other things.
Import. Hey, here we go. Import
Another-
PDF is beta. But let's try to make it happen.
Another
Okay.
thing to consider is just that because it's only like 7 people, we could just make it a page and just write out the names and their votes, or like put header sections like yays, nays, and abstains, and then put the names under them.
Okay. There. All right. There we go. At least now I have their beta of converting the PDF into a page. EST 10-10520 REV. That's our business cards and stickers quote. There we go. So you can see that there. Oh, whoops. Control Z. There. You can see that there, Lawrence. If you should be in uncoded officers, right?
Yes.
Cool. So yeah, there you'll be able to see the quote. Maybe compare if you find some better deals. I don't know what we would even have to compare in terms of quality, right? But if we have some kind of like samples for quality comparison from the other companies, I don't mind messing with that. It's just that I know Arthur's been good for it. He's gotten us stickers in the past, and they've always been pretty reasonably cheap, plus good quality. So the plan so far is to go through with this purchase, but if there is a like clear research done for a better deal, then I'm all ears. Just I don't know. We might want to even hold off on trying a different place for the next purchase, just so we can actually get something down. You there, Lawrence? Other people are here, right?
Yes.
Okay, you're muted, Lawrence, if you're talking.
Yeah, I defer to you on that. I have no opinion.
I'm here. I was in the elevator, so it just sounds funny.
I gotcha. Okay, so is that acceptable? Like, we go ahead with this purchase and then maybe look into the other options, compare quality and costs for further purchases down the road.
I'm okay with that.
Because definitely a great point. Just you know, couponing takes time and effort, so we we don't want to like defeat the purpose.
And while we're on the topic of print jobs, we are going to need more flyers soon.
Yes.
And before we do another print of that, I think we should update it. The flyer that we have has a QR code pointing to, I think, the Element, which is probably not what people expect when they scan the QR code. I think we should have it point to the website.
Actually, that is what it points to. Our oh, sorry,
think
no,
we put
you're
the
saying
Element.
the flyer doesn't. Okay, yeah, that'd be good moving forward. Get the flyer to point to the website.
Yeah.
Where'd you say it points to now?
I think it's the Element.
Oh, okay. That was you and me that worked on putting that together, right? With your expertise of how to draw it up.
Yeah, I think as long as we're okay with the copy as is, then I can just swap out the QR code.
Okay.
I'm gonna add a little like revision footer just so that once we print them, we can keep track of what's what, which one's the latest ones.
Okay.
Yeah, so I can update that and send it to you.
All right.
Let me add that to my action items. Okay. Anything else on printing?
No, that should be good. Let me see here. Yeah, I think we're good on that topic.
Okay, so moving on to the next agenda item, we have the 3D printing class. Any updates there, Steve?
3D printing, no updates. Still working on other life issues before I can be able to get around to it.
All right. And then on the newsletter, I think we should just table that one because Taylor is not here
Fair.
and he's the champion of the newsletter. Unless anybody has something that they want to add. I'll take that as a no. Moving on to trivia night. So, I have some stuff to say about that. Found the Geeks Who Drink trivia night to be pretty inspiring, actually. There were some things that I really liked about their style of questions. So it was, most of them were kind of just plain old Jeopardy style, which is a kind of a great trivia question format. It usually has a somewhat verbose question that gives the contestants like 2 or 3 little identifiers for what the answer is, right? So they'll, name a couple of facts about the answer so that users can or contestants can catch one of them and maybe recognize and be like, oh, I know what that is. That's X. Something that I noticed that the Geeks Who Drink trivia questions did. 2 things. One was they did some gimmicky things, which were kind of fun and puzzling. Partly because they were a little confusing. So it took a little extra thought. You don't just like identify what the answer to the question is, but you have to take a second to like make sure that you're putting it in the right format.
Right.
Like the one of their gimmicks was the pyramid scheme where each question in the round has an increasing number of answers. So the first question has one answer, the second question has two answers, and so on and so forth. Um, but another one was that they would connect unrelated things. And what I thought, at least that on Tuesday evening, what I thought was really great about that was that it kind of encouraged conversation. It wasn't so much that like somebody in the group knew the answer and wrote that answer down. Sometimes they would ask some fairly esoteric things or some kind of confusing things, but you could kind of go back and forth with your group to sort of guess what that was. One of the ones that stood out to me was there was a round where all the answers had to contain the name of an X-Men character. And so when we were, there was a question about a Star Wars film, and we were kind of going back and forth about which Star Wars film it was, but then, I don't know X-Men characters. So I kind of had to ask, like, hey, James, like, is Rogue an X-Men character, right? And he's like, yeah, because, like, I only know the basic ones, basically Wolverine, Magneto, and Captain Planet.
Yeah, see, I knew Rogue, but I was like Rogue Squadron because I'm too freaking old, and Star Wars Legends is my forte.
Yeah. And then there was another one. There was one where that was really tricky because they showed a picture of Wallace and Gromit, but the question was clearly about a Paw Patrol episode. And that threw me off because I'm like, that's Wallace and Gromit. And I was like arguing with people.
Yeah. Yeah, I was about to fall for the same trick, and like everybody was like, no, it's definitely Paw Patrol.
Like, okay. Yeah. So yeah, I found that I liked the style, and in the past couple of days, I wrote up about a dozen or two topic ideas. And like gimmick ideas so that I can kind of merge with those. So like maybe questions that are whether it's an anagram or a portmanteau. There are of course a number of like Jeopardy gimmicks which are worth imitating, like potables or the portmanteau.
Board meeting.
So. Yeah, so I've written up about like 10 questions so far. I want to have at least 25, but I'd like to have options. So I'm probably going to go over 25 questions, like 5 rounds of 5 questions each, and then a couple tiebreaker questions. As for the format, what I didn't like about the Geeks Who Drink thing was that they used an online platform, which meant that it was impossible to tell if anyone was cheating.
Right.
Because everyone's looking at their phone. So I would prefer to do I don't want to be that strict about cheating. It's going to be kind of honor policy. This isn't the Olympics, but like doping is okay in my opinion. But yeah, I think a paper-based thing would be fine. Just have like one sheet that has blanks for 5 questions, 5 rounds, and then a blank at the top for the team name. And then each round, the team submits their sheet. I grade them, put up the points, and we can have a leaderboard either on a projected screen or probably on a projected screen would be easiest. And then I can display the questions in a PowerPoint slide or something.
Yeah. So remember that the idea. I mean, unless there's some disagreement on this, the idea is that we're networking with youth for the trivia nights, right?
Yeah.
So we want to have a little mentoring kind of spin on it. So I do think definitely honor policy is best. My thinking is also that should we even start to graze a concern about cheating, I would say we ought to try to spin some indications of cheating as like a life lesson kind of a deal. In true hacker mentality, right? Like, because we're the kind of peeps who try to share knowledge of like how to pick locks, and so it's not so much like we're training people to be con artists, but we are training people to be aware of what could be done. And so sometimes I think sometimes the right attitude is to make a sort of game out of the cheating aspect. Like, if you can cheat, you better be able to get away with it, kind of a thought process.
That's yeah, that sounds kind of fun actually. To make it so that people have to have a pretty genius way of cheating, and that could be sort of a secondary game to the trivia. But that does mean that we have to put a lot of effort into like spotting it and calling it out, right? Um, but yeah, I think that could be fun actually.
Yeah.
Because yeah, definitely, we expect to have more than a small cohort of cybersecurity interested people and pen testing interested people. So that can be an added aspect to the game.
Okay. Mike is making comments. We should read them out.
We need to do, if we're gonna do this, it has to be after September 19th.
Why is that?
Because from September 1st all the way to 19th is the Long Beach Gives campaign. And
Okay.
here at here at OGC Labs, that's just gonna be the main focus. So to have I think maybe having the trivia night would probably be best to happen after the 19th.
Okay, that's a perfectly fine schedule. We should also consider
Yeah.
that if it's going to be on a monthly schedule, whatever part of the month that we pick, we're not stuck with it. We can always just, change it up. But yeah, if we do start with the middle of the month, then we might end up staying with the middle of the month, which could be a perfectly okay thing.
Okay, yeah, just yeah, because Long Beach is huge, and also developing the Slackers to Hackers Initiative program. That's something that I'm going to be doing within the next 2 weeks here at OGC.
Okay.
And yeah, there was one more thing I'm trying to remember.
Let's come back to that when we get to the OGC part of the agenda.
Okay, I only have like 13 minutes though.
Oh, okay. Let me just write down what. So you said if we do the trivia night at OGC, it will have to be after September. What was it? September 19th?
19.
Yeah,
Yeah, September 19th.
because of the what was it Long Beach Gives?
Yeah, Long Beach Gives.
Is that an OGC fundraising campaign?
No, so Long Beach Gives is this thing where like the city of Long Beach is, like, hey, we have all this money, let's give it to nonprofit organizations that we believe in. Or we're gonna give the most money to the highest
Oh, okay.
nonprofits. Yeah. Crap, I keep remembering and forgetting.
We're a Long Beach nonprofit.
Yeah, so
Why
if you
aren't
want to
we
get in
raising
on
money
that,
during this?
yeah, if you guys want to get in on that, then let's do it.
New topic.
Yeah, well, that can go under. Well, I guess it's not really outreach and recruitment; it's more fundraising. But yeah, okay. Hold on. Before we get there, there was something else I wanted to add. I don't remember what it was. It's something about the trivia night and the format. I guess one response about the cheating thing was by making it like a no cell phones out trivia night. That can be kind of a. It just makes it visible if someone's using their phone to look up something, but we don't have to make it a very authoritarian way of combating cheating.
Yeah, I
Excuse
don't.
me, hold on a second. I'm about to have a coughing fit. Go ahead, Steve.
So I'm thinking like there's got to be a better way to make it more playful. Like we don't tell them like you have to keep your cell phones away, but we do. We what we do is like we make them aware that there's extra points if you can like take a picture of somebody who is cheating on their phone. So like you with your phone out are using your camera over the shoulder of someone who's looking up the answer, taking a picture of them. So it's kind of a little red and blue team fun amidst the trivia.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think for the whole creative cheating idea to work, it has to be adversarial. There has to be red team and blue team. So there has to be a lot of creativity also put into catching the creative cheating efforts. Um, and maybe it could be something either like if you get away with it, you get to keep the points and that's the reward, or like if you get caught, but it's just like an impressively creative way of cheating, there might be like bonus points for that.
Yeah, like most creative. Be a thought. I'm not sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
we can probably get more creative as we go with it, right? So we don't have to have like the perfect idea laid out right off the
Yeah.
bat. But yeah,
Yeah. So the other thing I just wanted to say real quick about the question style is I am keeping in mind that I think what we want to do, like you said, we want it to be sort of a mentoring opportunity. So we need to have a mix of newbies and old timers, right? So the questions, one thing I'm kind of keenly aware of with the questions is that I don't want to go too esoteric or too nostalgic all the time. Like, because I could write a lot of questions about games from the 90s, right? But I think that's going to go over the head of a lot of Gen Z contestants. So when those kind of nostalgic or historical things are in there, it should be an opportunity for newcomers to learn something that they wouldn't have otherwise been exposed to. But yeah, I need to keep it from getting too heavy on the old tech and make sure I keep contemporary stuff in play.
okay. Let's see.
So if there's nothing else on trivia night, maybe this next agenda item, outreach and recruitment, we can just kind of turn into kind of add fundraising into that. If you want to talk about that, James.
Well, before we talk about that, I need guest speakers for an AI cybersecurity talk. I already got Mel Rico Reyes on board for October 15th, since OGC is going to be doing going to be participating in LA Tech Week. And so I need your guys' help sourcing either material or people to make this thing happen. So yeah, that's the one thing that I wanted to say. That's October 15th. This will be pretty big, and yeah, if we can make this like a OGCX uncoded thing, where like not only do we hit the trivia night here, but we also help with the LA Tech Week talk. Like, it's just gonna be teamwork is a beautiful thing, guys.
Yeah. So as long as we've asked all of our members so far, what like if they want to do a cybersecurity talk, that's pretty much like the bottom of my bucket at that point. I don't know who else I'd really like ask to come do a talk, but that being said, maybe we could do something a little adjacent, like that idea that I was suggesting about password guessing game, right? Or brute force kind of operation. If we've got the people and skills to know how to set that up, then that would actually be probably a good opportunity to do that event.
Well, this event is specifically an AI intersection with cybersecurity thing. Although I'm not opposed to it, it has to be AI and cybersecurity, because the people that come out for LA Tech Week, they're entrepreneurs, and they're startup types. So they're looking to spend, I'm still not entirely clear on the details of it. I just know that I gotta do it.
All right. So on that, I would need. I mean, it wouldn't be hard to incorporate both a password guessing AI and a password creating AI. Um,
That's genius.
but the idea is we need guys who know how to do that. I don't know how to do that.
Fair enough. I will look into it then. It's a great idea though. A password guessing AI and a password creating AI.
Right. To both be participants in the same event, which we let other people participate in. Like our whole
For
audience gets to participate in it as a game.
For sure, for sure. All right, guys. I got about 3 minutes left, but I think I said what I needed to say. So thank you for listening.
All right.
All right.
What was the other thing that you were asking about, Peter, right before the tech week?
About whether the Long Beach Gives campaign is something that we need to research, because obviously it's supporting nonprofits in Long Beach, and we're a nonprofit in Long Beach.
Yeah, if you guys do the research, I mean, it kicks off in September. And I, like, Alba's been, like, the one that, like, spearheaded that. So I don't know diddly squat about it other than that it's happening. And, but if there's any, like, if you guys can get into the research and get clarity and think that it's a good idea, then, I'll do whatever I can to help.
So I'm looking at their website, and they have a excuse me, on the application page, we have eligibility to apply, be a registered 501c3 tax-exempt organization, and be in good standing with the IRS, and must have a program site within the Long Beach city limits and or provide current services to the Long Beach community. So we don't have our own site, but we arguably provide current services, but I don't know.
Yeah, we're a tech
Yeah.
meetup group. We bridge the tech
Yeah.
literacy gap in underserved communities. Yeah, we offer services.
Following organizations are not eligible to participate: schools, school groups, PTAs, sports teams, boosters, or other affinity groups, churches, or government organizations. We're not any of those.
Nope.
Hell yeah, we're not.
All right, so yeah, I think we should apply.
Let's do it.
All right.
I'm gonna put the link in the minutes.
Who's gonna do the application?
1, 2, 3, not it.
Not it.
I guess that leaves the treasurer.
All right, Micah, you're doing the application then. So it says that it's on September 19th. Is it one day, or is it beginning? You mentioned that it was, I got the impression that it was a, go ahead.
So the reason why I say September 1st all the way through the 19th is because I think we should show that we're up to stuff, that we're doing things. I mean, we don't have to, but I don't think it would work against us if we did. Because I know that with OGC, what we're gonna be doing, since I'm their social media manager, I'm just gonna be bolstering the social media to just push, like, hey, you know, we're this organization and we're doing all these cool things for underserved communities.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, it's all, like, I don't really know exactly what it is. I don't know if it's a 1 day thing or what, but yeah, it's maybe it is just 1 day. Again, you know, Yeah. So if Micah's got the application, then I think Micah can do the research. Yeah.
That was it.
Oh,
That
I
was a
was
joke.
I was definitely just trying to throw him under the bus. No
Oh.
obligation, Micah.
All the obligation, Micah.
But yeah, let's look let's look into what's involved. I mean, if it's just a quick, it might be pretty short actually. Let me just click it and see. I have to start the registration. I'll do that. I'll register. I'll do it.
Okay.
And then I'll look at what's involved in the application and I'll see if there's information that I need, such as like tax ID numbers or anything.
Right.
And I'll let you know, Steve.
I've got to look into. There's a whole thing about fundraising and being registered with not the IRS, but some part of the state. I think it was. Alba was telling me about, and that costs a little cash, but not too much. So I'll try to look into that as well while we're at it.
Okay. Okay, and then I just have one quick thing on the outreach and recruitment. One of the things that I really, I guess two things that I mentioned last week. One is that James and I still need to meet up and post flyers. I should do that as soon as I get back because I believe the semester will be starting like this week. It is at C. Selby. It starts on Monday. But and the other thing is I need to contact Taylor at LBCC. I think it would be good for us to get connected with the student groups at LBCC from day one and stay connected.
Sounds good.
Guys.
Yeah, possibly another tabling event there would be great.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, they had much more permissive policies when it came to posting flyers and tabling than Cal State Long Beach had. Cal State Long Beach was pretty restrictive.
Yup.
Yeah. Stifling growth and community at TSU Long Beach.
Seriously. All right. Don't feel obligated to stay, James, but you're welcome to. If there's nothing else on outreach and fundraising, let's move on to the next agenda item,
All right, gentlemen.
which,
I'll talk to you later.
Take care, bud.
all right, see ya. All right, so next on the agenda is QuickBooks. Any updates, Steve?
No, Lawrence, do you have some time in the near future for us to go round two? QuickBooks and options?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Alright, what's a good day for you?
Probably like later in the week, this coming week, I have a couple pitches that I have to give, a couple big meetings. So probably like later in the week, maybe like Wednesday, like probably Thursday-ish.
Okay, if we plan for Thursday, are you good for the evening?
Let me double check that right now. Thursday.
I should do the same.
Thursday. Oh, Thursday evening is pretty crappy. Friday evening and Wednesday evening looks pretty good. Like late afternoon evening looks pretty good. One of those days better for you.
Yeah, Friday actually works best for me, I think. It'll give me a good day to heal up for my workouts.
Awesome.
Uh,
And just let
You
me
can
know.
just have the whole discussion from an ice bath, Steve.
So there will be, let me see, let me double check what's on my work schedule because that's a whole nother beast. It'll take just a minute.
If you want to send me like a calendar invite, that way, accept it for me, just kind of plugs it in, so I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, I'll do that. Let's see. Calendar. Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. Friday, okay. Friday I'll be getting off super early because I gotta start super early. So I might be a little
Nice.
down on sleep, but so let's see. So if I start at 7, 8:30, 5, what is it? 8, no, 7:30, 4. So 3:33. So I'll be off work around like 3:15, possibly a little bit later if I'm running late. Um, but then I'll be home probably then by 5:30. Would 5:30 be a good time? We'll just touch base.
Yeah, that should totally be fine.
Okay. Let me make that.
Yeah, just could you still fire that over? I only because I'm driving.
Totally.
I mean, I can plug
Totally.
it in, but it'll be kind of like scrambled on my calendar.
Totally get it. Yeah, I got you.
Sweet.
Work, books, options. All right. I'll see if I can't give myself some homework before then, so I'm a little ready for you.
That works.
Red. And let's see. Invite. Add people. CNCTEA.com. That's you, right?
Yes.
All
Yep.
right. All right. You are added. Done. Save. Send.
Awesome.
All right. Cool. Let me know if there's any complications.
Okay. Yeah. No, it should be all good.
All right. What's next?
All right, so on to new business. One thing I noticed while looking at the calendar is that the swap meet is next Saturday at, in the morning through to the afternoon, right? So should we change the time or date of the board meeting to accommodate?
Yeah. In fact, that is going to be another thing coming up soon. Saturday the 7th is going to be my first day of class for Saturday classes, Saturday morning classes that I'm going to be taking up into the afternoon. So
Oh, okay.
we're going to have to move the schedule over anyway the following week, if not this weekend.
Okay.
So what's good on your guys' schedules as far as like moving the board meeting?
I am free to move to Sunday. Excuse me. I have my lessons with my nephews before this meeting on Saturday, but I could move that if there's just not if nobody's available any other time. But definitely, if it's Saturday, I would prefer in the morning.
Okay. And then let's see. What about Sunday afternoons? I don't know how James is going to be on that, but Sunday afternoons tend to work pretty well for me.
I could do it, but yeah, it's just afternoon is a little awkward because it divides the day in half.
Evenings.
Morning is definitely easier.
Oh, morning's easier. I think that was the.
Yeah.
That's like the conflict for James a lot of the times is like mornings for Saturday and Sunday. He's got other conflicts.
I see. What about evenings? I mean, I guess what I should say is when it comes to scheduling in the afternoon, I can do scheduling in the afternoon, but the probability that I will have something else going on and will have to miss will increase compared to evening
Right.
or morning.
Well, evening is like almost an equivalent for me when it comes to afternoons.
Okay.
So evening works. Like what times? Like say, are we talking 4 or maybe 5?
Oh, and I guess in my head, 4 and 5 are late afternoon. I'm thinking like 7 or something.
7? Okay, be a late night one. The thing is, like, there can be sometimes when I need to come in super early for a Monday, but at least I'll be well rested
Mhm.
because of the weekend by that point.
Is there an option to do a weekday evening, like Wednesday or something?
There is, I just won't be able to contribute to
Thursday?
typing much, right? So,
Okay.
like, like I wouldn't be able to chair on a weekday, probably ever,
Okay.
to fill in for you.
Well, how about this? Why don't we create a poll? What do you call those things? The like let's meet up or something. Let's meet. What there was
Yeah.
something I used to use in my band that was pretty. Okay, that's a dating site. Not that. um. Gosh, I can't remember the name of the site that I use, but there's a site where everybody just kind of puts in what times they're
Doodle?
available, and then at the end of it, you see the intersection of all those times.
I've got two popular ones: Doodle and When to Meet.
When to meet, that's the one. When to meet.
Yeah.
And we can select days of the week, which should pretty much just be not Tuesday. So I just threw together, I'm just going to drop it in the board meeting. So if you click that, you'll see you can put your name, an optional password. It's not really an account registration, it's just like for this one poll.
Right.
And, I can put.
Got it.
See, I think 8 a.m. is when my. So I just put some availability there, and you can see my selection on the group's availability, and then if you put yours, then we'll see what time everybody's available.
That works. Let's see here.
It doesn't really make a distinction between like available and like preferred,
Right.
That would probably be helpful because there's a lot of times that I'm like, I can be available, but it's not my favorite time. If we can avoid it, it'd be nice, but I can make myself available.
Right. Let's see. Yeah. Alright, so then I think I refresh, right? To see it all. Yeah, there we go.
Hey, party time.
So yeah, we'll get.
Okay, so
and Lawrence, if you don't mind filling out your time there. For board meetings in general. And we'll write by whoever shows up for next week's board meeting as well.
yeah, Although, yeah, so next week is the swap meet. So either we just go ahead with our board meeting and expect that there might be light membership, or I mean attendance, or we try to change it before next week.
Yeah, I'm trying to think because I do need to do a swap meet run at some point, but that'll be when
Yeah.
I'm trying to buy a new.
And
Look for
I've never seen it, so I would like to attend if I can.
Okay, well, let's make sure we make it a big event then that we like invite all our peeps to come join us. Because that's usually how it works
Okay.
for the TRW swap meet. It's like we don't go every time, but when we go, we try to really encourage all our friends to come at once so we can see each other there.
Yeah. Okay. And then another event that's in our community events before the next board meeting is the LA Tech Mixer at Lulu in Santa Monica. That's at, it says 9 p.m. on mine. That's because I'm in Eastern time, so I'm guessing Eastern time. I guess it's 6 p.m. in California.
Oh, crud. Um, I was incorrect. Actually, next week is the first Mach 2 for me. So, Machining 102
Oh, okay.
course. So, it looks like I won't be able to make TRW. And
Okay.
we'll have to make sure that this is set in stone before next weekend for when we're going to do the board meeting. Unless it'll just be one that I miss and you guys manage to cover.
Yeah, I would still like to go if other people want to go. I mean, I might go by myself, but I'm sure other people will be interested.
All right, yeah. So let's make this. We'll grind it out to try and switch the board meeting times, starting for next weekend.
Okay. Next agenda item is the LA Tech Week. I don't think there's anything more to say about that. James introduced that to us last week, I think, and I added it to the calendar.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, he was talking about it earlier before he left. Isn't that what he was saying he needed the talks for?
Tech Week,
The
yes.
AI cybersecurity thing?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what.
okay. So I guess I'll leave that there. That's actually old business now, so let me just move this up. And we'll just say that, let me just write what James said. He's looking for people interested in speaking on the topic of AI and cyber security. Right, that was it?
Oh wait, you said you moved it. Yeah, yeah. AI and cybersecurity is the topics.
Yeah. And then I guess this is also old business, DataCon LA. I am, the deadline for submitting proposals for talks is September 15. And I am hoping to submit a proposal for a project that I'm going to be working on, but I haven't actually started it. So we'll see if I can get it done, get the bulk of it done before I submit a proposal.
Okay.
I guess get to where I know that I can say something on the topic. So deadline for presentation proposals is September 15. Let me make sure I remembered that correctly because I just got that from their website. So it's September 15 at 11:59 p.m. And yeah, if I do end up giving a talk there, then I'll be sure to give a shout out to Uncoded.
Sweet.
Especially since it'll be at CSULB, so we may have a good amount of locals who could be interested in joining our meetups.
Cool. Yeah, that would. I should probably try to make that myself then, if it's at CSU Long Beach.
Yeah. Early bird tickets are still on sale. When does early bird stop? I don't know when early bird ends, but it's $50.
50? Ah, that's nothing.
Yeah. I posted it last week, but I'll also post again this week. Should I maybe just put it in the local tech events rather than the board meetings?
Local tech. Yes. Yes.
I'm linking straight to the ticket page. And it looks like it's just one day. All right, so I think that completes all of the agenda items. We can move on to open forum.
Okay.
If there's anything anybody wants to bring up.
Let's see. I'm pretty good on. Like we've all got our plates pretty full. At this
Yeah, I
point.
think so.
Um,
We're covering a lot each meeting now, so.
Yeah, and it builds up. So I mean, I know I gotta kick my butt in gear and actually start knocking some stuff out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good to go too. And man, this was a great meeting.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I agree. We covered a lot of ground. We're gonna get some really fun stuff happening. Hell, we already are. We're the raid was a major success, as far as I'm concerned.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, well then, shall we adjourn?
Yep, sounds good.
All right, so it is 11:24.
AM. All right.